Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be looking into Megsy, and Megsy has been in the Grifters documentary series and said something about service. The word service. Does it, like, why does she focus on service so much? Could it be that Queen Elizabeth corrected her about the word service? And can you remember that instance where she turned back and went, service is universal? Yeah. Let's see if Megsy has a problem with what Queen Elizabeth said about service, because Megsy thinks service is slightly different to how Queen Elizabeth imagined it. Is it really bother her? Why does she have to use it? Is she trolling King Charles and the royal family? What's going on? Of course, the Grifters games, I think, happened the week. Was it the week before? Or was it just the run up to last year? Let's have a look. This was said as part of an event for the Grifters Games. I think it was the one in the Netherlands. So that would be before the Queen's passing. Let's have a look at service. Meghan and service. Six of Swords journey. Okay. Unwanted journey. So she said it last time she was at Grifters. I feel like she doesn't like going to Grifters. Interesting. We've picked that up before, that she really doesn't seem to care for it. When Queen Elizabeth, God bless her, correctly said what service is and duty, I feel like with the Devil card crossing over, it shows that there's an obsession there when it comes to the word service. She wants to control, she wants to own it, she wants to keep saying it until she can't hear Queen Elizabeth basically correcting the record in her head anymore. The Queen of Swords underneath in reverse and the Ten of Swords above. Now, you've got to remember, at the time this speech was done, Queen Elizabeth was still alive. This was part of a strategy. I feel like that strategy, it still stands, at least for Megsy, when it becomes with regards to the use of the word service. She is incandescent and very mean-spirited about it. She does not like being called a grifter, and she does not like to be called. It's almost like she was offended by thinking that she wouldn't self-sacrifice for the greater good, which is what Queen Elizabeth was implying. She feels very stabbed in the back by it. Let's see what's leaving the situation. Okay. This comes out again and again for Megsy. This is the whole oppositional defiance disorder. We can see exactly what she's like, exactly who she is. She was fine with that speech being in there. The Five of Wands there, she knows it's going to make clatter. She knows people are going to go back and forth on Twitter or X, whatever it's called. She's perfectly fine with people fighting on Instagram or in YouTube comments about her. She's absolutely fine with that. So please, guys, don't fall for it. Don't go swinging. if you see somebody on Twitter or whatever saying, "Oh, Megsy's a queen," they're just basically just that. She's absolutely fine with all of this. The Pope there is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is going up against institutions, which she is, and her voice is kind of lost and drowned out by what the royal family do, because she's constantly at odds with the royal family. Even in the Grifters, you can hear Harry saying, "Oh no, I wasn't given any support, oh, poor me." And then with Meghan, she's has to get in that you are of service. You could have said anything other than service, but it's pointed. It's a rebuttal to the Queen of England. Oh my God. What's on her mind? Of course, we've got the classic Megsy card with 5 of Pentacles out by themselves. So I feel like they really did want to keep a hold of some of the prestige. They do not like being on the outside of the gilded cage in one sense of the word. And then we have got what's coming up. We have the Prince of Wands, the Knight of Wands. So I think this whole service thing, from the time it was said, it's really about the powers of the monarchy, established powers. So it's basically they got the monarchy service. You guys are due service and da 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 da. And there we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. I feel there is going to be some frustrations for Meghan. I feel like she's going to come up against it. She's going to try and rebuff it. She's going to come out swinging again for the monarchy in subtler ways than we're used to. This is all very planned. This is all very much a manipulation. On the day that she said those words, it was a rebuttal to Queen Elizabeth. They've learned the hard way that they can't come up like swinging against like the monarchy, and they've made themselves look, and South Park has as well, and a lot of comedians and a lot of people, a lot of commentators, they've made themselves look to be big fools this year. The Knight of Wands in reverse, she's going to make herself look less than graceful. I would suggest that she's going to make herself look brash, overly aggressive. I don't know how it's going to happen, but there's something coming up, and this our time frame for this would be within the next year. There's something going to come up where she looks too much. She's too much of something. She's too aggressive, or she snaps, or somebody will see her snap, or something will happen and she won't be protected, and the media will pick it up, basically. I feel like they are always going to have a problem with the monarchy. They will do thinly veiled stuff. People can read between the lines. Everybody's onto it now, which is really good for me. I'm really, really glad that everyone's on the same page now with them, apart from a few sugars, but whatever. But she really, really is obsessed by that whole rebuttal with regards to service, when she said service is universal in response to the Queen, and she's still got that in her head, and that is why it is in the documentary. That is why it was said in the documentary, and it was a strategy to make them look like the equivalent of the monarchy over there. We know that hasn't worked now. She didn't know that then. However, she's going for the next best thing, which is keeping her name in the press, keeping things going. She knows that this was kept in the documentary because it shows that like there is some pushback, that they are standing their ground, this oppositional defiance disorder. And of course, she knows it'll get people talking, it'll get people fighting, it'll get people a lot interested in comments and things. And to her, there is a value in that. The 5 of Pentacles, of course, that's the old Megsy card. And of course, we have the Knight of Wands. Something's going to happen. Something's going to give. And she's going to actually come out looking quite quite angry for some reason. I don't know quite how that's going to happen, but it's in the cards, if you know what I mean. So there we go. That is what I see. Let me know what you guys see in the reading. Let me know if you think service is universal. Leave it in the comments down below. If there's anything else you want to add, anything at all, stick it down below. I'll any questions for the cards, questions for me, anything, any disagreements, any agreements, any readings you'd like, anything at all, leave it in the comments below. Thank you for your support on this channel, guys. I do appreciate you hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one, everyone. Bye, everybody.